This recording will be shared with you guys on your email ID. So if a person is not aware about technology, he comes from a different domain and but still he wants to learn it. First of all, he need to understand the nomenclatures and the technical terms clearly. What is client? What is server? So guys, when you talk about web application and when you talk about desktop application, one thing is common in them: the interface. If you see your MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, the interface is something which helps you to write something, present something, stick some pictures, add some headers, footers. It's an interface, right? Behind that there is some code which has been written which is able to do that. So that is the use of learning web development. You can create the interface, the front end side, making it dynamic using JavaScript. Okay, and the backend side will keep it on hold for some time. And to give you a clear picture, guys, let me just tell you one more. Let me tell you one thing. You see this building, right? I think 10, 20 years back, this would be an empty land, some square feet. The people who own this place, they went to an architect, told that we want to build a building here, right? This is a user story, guys. You need to understand how it will be related to your real-time scenarios. We'll see. So these people, when they went to an architect saw that okay, this is a requirement, understood all the functionalities. What exactly is their expectation? Is it a commercial space? Is it a residential? They want to build an apartment or independent house. How many rooms they want and what is the size and all. He understood everything. And then he sat down. He draw a blueprint. Got, and blueprint was shown to the again the customers, the person who went there, and it got approved, and then they started building it. When they started building it, the first thing what they did was they started adding bricks and created the structure. It might look ugly from the outside or it might look incomplete from the outside when somebody would have seen it. Now when the structure was completed, then they called the interior people. Let's why don't you let's paint it or beautify these places. When that is done, then they found that okay, chalo, let's put on this tube lights, fan and other things. When they call the electrician, they just put on this tube light, fan and all. Switch connections, everything was given. But still, this was a static structure what they built. And if you have to rotate a fan, you have to go and put down the switch, which means you just change the state and the fan starts rotating. If you have to reduce the speed, you use the regulator to do that, right? Which means again you're changing the state, controlling something, controlling the application. So this is the user story. Now the same thing if you have to do in the web development, how do you do it? Every application, whatever you develop, you have thought of developing it, want to develop. First of all, you need to understand the bare minimum functionalities. I'm not telling the complete functionality, bare minimum functionalities. It's like, I just wanted this room to get, constructed, and I felt that I need a partition. So anytime I can come and do the partition, that is up to me. I can remove this door and I can get the glass doors. That is different thing. But bare minimum functionality is that the room should be there and there should be, space and something, whatever it is, the square foot. So whenever you build an application, you should know the bare minimum functionalities and you need to draw a blueprint of web application, what exactly it should be. That one page should be a login. If you click on the login, it should go to the home page. In the home page, all these items I'll be displaying, and how I'm displaying is secondary. These are the items which should be present, and these items have this what do you call, details. And if I click this side, it will go to take me to the next page. If I click on the buy button, it should add my value to my cart, and when I go to my click on my card, I should take the payment gateway. I can pay and proceed. This is the bare minimum functionality. When this is done, then again you go and start developing the individual pages, which is like adding bricks from the scratch. Login page, again scratch you develop. Take a username, password, all these things. Now this is done using HTML. So what your laborers did in constructing a building using adding a bricks, the same thing a developer do using HTML and HTML5. So these are the building blocks of web development. Got it? Now when this application is built, you need to decorate it. What should be which side, if login should be on the top, center, search should be top, center. All these things are done through CSS. Now dynamic things are done using JavaScript. Got it? And when you send the request is handled by backend language, PHP, Java, Python, anything, and the response is given by the database using the backend language, and the response is interpreted by JavaScript in the front end. So here in this session of web development, we'll start with HTML5, and yeah, we'll start with HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, sorry, Bootstrap. Bootstrap is again library powered by Twitter, which will just make this application development easy. JavaScript, AngularJS, again a very powerful technology in the front end. Till now we don't have any MVCs in front end, which is called model view controller. It's a design pattern. Like if you see your ATM machines, you know what is MVC? Can you give me an example of it? Yes, guys. So AngularJS, then PHP and Laravel. So today guys we'll start with HTML5. We'll not do HTML4. The reason because HTML5 is an intelligence language, an API programming language, and all your browsers are becoming smart these days. Intelligence is getting built in humans' life, machines' life, and machines are becoming very smart, and that is the reason we use HTML5. Also, HTML5 comes with a API support for geolocation, canvas. It also comes with a support for your local storage, session storage, and index DB, which is your the you don't need a backend. You can create an offline websites like that only. So we'll start with HTML5. So what I want you guys to do is open your editor. Always try to code in any of the IDE, not on the Notepad. Don't code in Notepad. Open either Sublime Text or Notepad++. Okay. So what you have to do is create one folder in the desktop. So I just create one folder on the desktop, which is your HTML5. Guys, we'll always start with HTML5. I'll just brief you about few of the HTML tags. Okay. Save this file with name index.html. Yeah, save as. What happened? You guys are not able to see my screen. Come on. Oh, I'm so sorry. Index.html. That's the first page you will run for, right? Yes. So the first, guys, if it's done, let me know. We'll start. Look at my screen, guys. You've done, Sanjeev? Yes. Done? So guys, the first thing you have to tell the version of the HTML. So I'll just show you the version. Okay, I'll just show you the version of Okay guys, before that I want to tell you one more thing. See, what is this? This is the path name of this file. So see users Ankit desktop HTML5 session 1. So whenever you communicate over the internet, you need to specify the path name. Where exactly is your file? The same thing was happening in HTML4. If you see the doc type of HTML4, I can show you doc type of HTML4. It's a very lengthy doc type. Doc type means document type definition. And I'll tell you what exactly it meant. And this first line is read by the browser to understand what is the version of the HTML you're using it. See, this is the doc type. It tells me go to W3C, inside that go to DTD HTML 4.0, go to EN, sorry, this is a file name, this is a website name, go here, go to TR, then go to HTML4 folder, then go to this file, which is a very lengthy thing. If you see, this is W3 is what is a World Wide Web Consortium, an organization which controls the rules and regulations set over the web applications, internet. They have a website W3C, and they are the one who decides what are the tags you have to use, which tag should be used in HTML4, which tag to be used in HTML5. When you write any tag, heading, paragraph, division, how does your browser understand? Because they go and they talk to this guy, because the first line itself says go and talk to this guy, go and get this file and install it in my browser, cache kar this file ko, cache this file in my browser, so that whatever tag I am using it, it should understand, okay, this is heading 1, it should be big. How does your browser understand that heading 1 should be big? Have you written even? No, you have not written anywhere. It is written in this directory. And how is this directory mapped? Because you have written the URL for it. Now, doing this is a very tedious job. As I told that browsers are becoming very smart. All these things are inbuilt in the browsers during the development phase. When you update your browser from a previous version to new version, these things gets updated. So they have made the doc type very simple. They have made it as doc type HTML. It's case insensitive. Complete HTML is case insensitive, okay? And it's a dummy language. It will not, even if you miss a tag, closing tag, it will not throw an error. Remember that, guys. But still try to have a standard practice. Now, guys, if you look at the humans have what? They have a head and they have a body. What does a head tells? Head gives the identity, your face, your personality. Body tells about your other things. Got it? So in your document, there's something called as head. What does a head tells? Head tells you about the type of the document. The what exactly is the type, where what kind of application it is, meta tag. If you want to link any JS or if you want to link any CSS, you can do that in head tag itself. So all these things goes into a head tag. So before you define a head tag, you need to tell now that now it is an, see, till now your browser doesn't understand what exactly is this file. You have written HTML, agreed, but they still are not sure about it. So you define HTML, you write HTML. Okay, and when it's open, you have to close it also. Now you have to declare a head tag. So what exactly comes inside the head tag is, the first thing is title tag, where you give the name to your application. This is helpful in search engine optimization. Browser or Google should understand, they should know what exactly is your application. Then we have a link tag. Link tag is used to link CSS file. Then we have a script tag, which is used to link JavaScript file. Guys, don't write, look at my screen. You guys will get enough time to code, guys. Sanjeev, don't code, look at the screen. Then you have style tag. This is for again inline styling, sorry, internal styling. Then you have something called as meta tag. Meta tag is something which tells about your website. If I go to Google and type online shirts, see what are the recommendations I get. I get Zabong, I get Mintra, I get Amazon, I get Shopperstop. You know why these websites are coming? Let me open any of the web. I say open Zabong, because online shirt is one of the keywords in the description attribute of the meta tag. Meta is means what? Data about data. Jabong has a lot of data. Okay, and the data about data means there should be some keyword which will describe the complete data. If I write online shirt, you at least understand, okay, you can get a shirt online. Let's see their code. You can always inspect and you can always check their HTML. Let's go to element and go to the head, right? I go to head, there should be something called as meta. The tag name is meta. These are the see meta. Description I should go content. Do you see anything shirt is there? Shirt keyword is there. Do you have anything online? Yeah, online is there. See, that is the reason this guy is coming on the top. Got it? So apart from this, we also tell the compatibility that it should be browser compatible, and what should be the browser, it should work render properly. If there is any issue in the browser, what should be the fallback code for it, because the same application if you open in older browsers, the look and feel will be different, but the functionality will be same. There will not be any error. Got it? So all these things you do it in Meta. We'll see that, guys. We'll see what exactly it is. I just wanted to do just give you a brief introduction about it. Is it clear? Any queries till now? Yeah. Tell me. Meta tags contains description of the page, right? Basically. See, it contains the description of the page. It also contains the type of the application what you're doing. Got it? See, all these things what you see are the keywords, and it has to be SEO optimized, search engine optimized, because I use the term online shirt. It was a search keyword for me, and Google searched it and it gave me Zepon. It searches within the meta tag and then displays. Exactly. This is one of the principles of SEO. There are number of meta tags. There are number of meta tags. Yes, there are number of meta tags, but again, it depends what exactly you want to use it. This okay. So see, first meta tag tells you about the character encoding, that you want to have to Unicode or ASCII code. So Unicode and ASCII code. ASCII code is the one. This thing. Unicode is one which supports the complete language across all the applications, all the languages in the country. The same application, if I open in Japan, the things will be coming in Chinese, and that conversion is done through Google Chrome, right? So which means if I include that UTF-8, whatever I write in English, this thing should be converted to Chinese. If I remove that, it will not get converted and the page will not render only. Got it? Then the second thing is tells about the compatibility. It has to be all cross browser compatible. It should not be dependent only on one browser. It should be open in all the browsers. Got it? Third thing, see, if you see the name, description, it tells me about the description of the website. What does this website is all about? Got it? Format. What kind of format it support? And again the keywords are again the same thing, like keywords and descriptions are one of the other things, but you have to make it in a separate tags, because it has to be SEO optimized. At times Google also searches through keywords and people searches using content. Got it? Yeah, that's all. So what if the website has like 100 different products? So all the product description should be, yes, definitely should be. See, 15 days return. If I write 15 days return, see, I'll see Jabong. For sure I'll see Jabong somewhere. See, it came. It came because of, see, Google doesn't know your website. It only searches the keyword head section. It will not be able to read your body sections from the head section. So these are the different concepts, not a part of web development. This is called search engine optimization, and again another domain, and it's a very small tiny thing which is a fundamental which everybody should know. So you can anytime edit it. The content writers, they generally tell you the keywords which you have to write in this thing. That's all. This keyword will be given by content writer who want your website to be optimized. They'll only edit this. Got it? Chalo, let's see. So this all done. Then after the head comes your body. Now here whatever you write, guys, okay, in the title you have to write you know okay, let me just quickly browse this. See the tab heading, web application at ZenRays. So this is what is the title. Got it? And now whatever you write inside the body is something which will reflect on your screen. I want to give a heading, web development classes. Can you see this? Font and all, who decides? H1 has to be this big and all. Again, W3. But in HTML5, everything is inbuilt in the browser. Got it?
But even in the previous version of HTML, if you don't put the dot type, everything should take.
Because it's a dummy language, but when you use JavaScript, that time your application will fail. Got it? Try this same thing with your IE5 if you have. It will not work. Okay?
Yeah.
Now there's something called as paragraph. So paragraph, right? So we are here to learn web development, starting with HTML5, learning fundamentals of HTML5. Clear? See, so these are the inline elements, sorry, block elements. It comes one after the other. If you see, this is one block and this is another block. Clear? Whatever I write, it will automatically keep on going down. Is it clear, Sanjeev? Okay. Now we have something called as anchor tag, guys. Anchor which hyperlink. How do you use it? Write a href, point it to any of the websites, zenrays.com, and write learn and code and learn. See that if I reload the page, I see this. Click here, it will take to my. Now this guy has an attribute called as target, and if I give it as blank, go ahead, let me reload the page. It opens in a new tab.
If you
Target as a blank, which means to underscore blank. I'll give you guys time to write it down. Don't worry. It takes me to that website. Clear? Now this is a very basic, guys. These are not HTML5, but just the first class. This is a glimpse, right? Image. SRC. You can write. You can use any images if you have any. Do I have any images? I'll take this. Okay. Let's rename this. I write one.png and I'll give an alternate tag. What do you know? What is alternate? If the image is not identified by the browser, this text should be printed. So I write yeah, assessment process. Okay, let's reload the page and see. See, it came right because this image was wrong. One.png, png.
It's JPG.
It's JPG. Now I write JPG, that text will go. Understand, Sanjeev? Can you see the text? No. Clear? Now guys, now there is difference between, this is HTML4. In HTML5 what you do is, you have a caption called as, you have a tag called as figure. Okay? Figure has image, which goes as it is, JPG. Right? Alt assessment process. Okay? Agreed. Now if the image is not there, it will give the alternate text. But my requirement is, even the image should have some brief description about it. I use fig caption. This is the advantage of HTML5. Sorry. Fig caption. I write I just give the info about the image. This image tells about the learning. Clear? Let's see that output. Got it?
Earlier you didn't use the figure tag and this part you moved. Earlier you didn't use figure tag.
Agreed.
In image, while displaying image, you didn't use figure tag. So is it necessary to use figure?
Yes, definitely it is necessary when you are using HTML5. When you are learning new technologies, get used to the new tags. Advantage of using figure tag is you can display the image. Also you can, if you want to have some beneath captions, you can display it. And it makes sense. Figure, image, fig caption. The caption redo figure. This way also you can do it, but the thing is you have to write a paragraph tag. This is, and you are not sure that whether it will come below the image or wherever it will come. It can come below the image, it cannot also come below. See, can you saw that?
Fig caption is just image specific.
Exactly, understood. Now this is called as intelligence in the browser. Now if I write like this, see how is my UI looking. Your intention was that they should come this side. Got it? So I'll just remove this, guys. Okay, control shift F. Now this is done. How do you create a table? Using a table tag. Okay, now every table will have rows and each row will have certain columns. Now these columns are called cells. So to create a row we have tr, okay, and each row will have td, which is called table cell, which is your columns. If suppose one row has 3 columns, I define 3, column 1, I go write td, column 2 td, column 3. Clear? Let me copy all these things again. Let me have 3 rows. Copy it and reload and see. See. But you cannot see the border. The reason because you have not given the border attribute of the table. Give border as. Guys, is it going fast? Fine. I know this, you guys know this, but just wanted to show you a couple of examples. Then we'll see the real HTML5. If you see the border, it comes like this. Now you can even, give your, tr some heading also, like, this th. Name and see this. So, not like this, guys. It has to be tr. Inside that, you have 3th. Name, location, course. So you can give it as, now you see. Now see, your table got the headings also. Clear? Perfect. Can you guys quickly write it down, all these things? Practice just 3 minutes, guys. That is. Done guys? Done for you, Sanjeev? Good. So guys, now let's see something real in HTML. Okay? Everybody is able to get the output?
Yeah.
So guys, HTML is the new and improved version of HTML4. HTML supports many inbuilt features which was past achieved by JavaScript. We'll see this, and it has a new tags and input type. We'll also see this today itself. Has an inbuilt support for data storage. We'll see in the further classes. It has many functionalities like geolocation and storage and canvas, which we'll again see in the further classes. So without wasting time, let's see the input tags in HTML5. So guys, if you have to create a form, I'll do one thing. Yes, you have written all these things. I want you guys to open a new file, right? Input form input.html. What happened? What happened, Sanjeev? See, form input. What is the error? What is the output you are getting? Show me. Can do one thing. Control plus if you do it. What is this? Fake caption. See, this is an error, right? It works only. Keyboard works now.
No, it doesn't. That's why.
It was working. I was using that.
No, some of the key are not.
There is no hurry, guys. We are not in a hurry. Type properly. No typo mistakes. Okay? It's a dumb language. You will not be able to identify. So, guys, let's see here. Open a new file. Form underscore input.html. HTML, right? Form tags. Inside this. Okay. I just have a div which id is equal to form section sec. Inside this I create a form tag. Now this form will have certain values. First is name. You need to name your form like sample. Then action. Which page this data what you're writing in form should be sent to. It can be any page, index.php. Got it? Or JSP. Then method. Either post or get, any one of them. I'll tell you the difference between them. If you use post, whatever value you are sending is not visible in the URL. If you use get, whatever value you are sending, it is visible in the URL. So we'll use, first of all, we'll use get and we'll see that. Okay, okay. Now this form has two things. One is an input tags, another is label. In the label, you just mention what is the name. Like suppose you know username and the password. Username, right? Username as a string is a label, and the type where you write the username is an input type. So first thing should be first name. First name. Got it? And then input type should be text. Then label email. Input type should be what? Now here is the advantage. It should be email because your email should always have @. And if you do not write email, if you write text here, you will be able to write anything and submit the form, which is wrong. The validation has to be done before you submit the form. So prior to HTML5, we used to do the validation using regular expressions in JavaScript. Now that thing is taken care by HTML5 itself, But the change what you have to do is you have to change the type of this input tag to email. Got it? Let's test this, and let's have a button called submit. I'll do one thing. I'll just put a BR tag here so that this guy comes down. Hmm. No, wait. No, that agreed, but it should do the validation. That is what mm, mm, no, when you click on the summit. Okay, sorry guys, sorry. It will work. I write Ankit and I write Ankit. Sorry. Got it? Yes, definitely it will submit it because I have not done the validation yet. We'll see that. I can stop that also. So my first name is Ankit. My email ID is ankit@ZenRays. Now these are the right things. Got it? I submitted. It went back. Got it? It sent to the index. Since index.html page is not present, so I'm not able to see that. Now, what if I write Ankit on ZenRays only? Let's click on the submit. Again, it goes because it finds the domain as the @. Now, the problem what I was facing is, even if I'm sending a blank data, blank in the sense like without giving any input, if I'm sending the form, it is getting submitted, which should not happen. How do I stop it? There is a tag, there is a property called as required. Just give that whichever parameter is required. First name is required and email ID is also required. See, it reduces the effort of me writing JavaScript. I'll show you. Reload the page. Can you see that? I remove required here. Okay? This first name should be blank. It will accept it. But email should not be blank now.
After submitting, it's get directed to index.php.
Yeah, the page which I want this data to handle it. I have not designed it, so it's fine.
Action attributes.
Action attribute will mention the which page I want to send this data. So you saw that email thing, right? That how useful this email is. It reduces the JavaScript for me. Then required also reduces the JavaScript for me, right? Now, guys, there is something called as placeholder. Placeholder will tell me the message what the user should follow when they have to write any string or follow any pattern. So I write your first name shouldn't be blank, and I give it as a required so that user get the message on this case. See, your first name shouldn't be blank. Got it? Now guys, let's see the other tags also. Email you have seen, you see URL. So if I want to I'll just do one thing. I'll just do a URL. I write URL. So what does a URL contain? It contains a protocol name, the domain name, and any of the links whatever you want further. But the mandatory things are the protocol is really required and www dot is required. If you are missing these two, URL is incomplete. You should not process it. Let's see that. If I use the tag called as URL, okay, and I try to submit some value inside this value form, I'll use Chrome rather. It's yeah. So first name is Ankit, second name is Ankit, email ID is Ankit@zenrays.com. Click on submit. it will submit because the required parameter is missing. But if I write ZenRays.com, again you feel that it's a URL, it will throw an error. Got it? I write www.submit, again an error. URL has to be HTTP or HTTPS. Got it? Submitted. Clear? So advantage of using the tags in HTML, and these tags are only supported in HTML5. Okay, and HTML5 is identified using this doc type. Date again. Let's see how the date is used. I'll just copy this. I'll just paste it here. I just give it as a date, and this guy as date. Let's see what we see in the output. Oh, wonderful, calendar came automatically. It's an API program, API language. API is the part of Chrome, IE, Mozilla, and it supports all these things. Clear? Perfect. Inbuilt features. See, it makes my job easy, right? Rather than I'm designing all the calendar, integrating it using JavaScript and all these things. It becomes easy for me. Huh? Yeah, you can always anytime manipulate it. You can give a beautiful color and all that is always there. You can always give it, using your ID and name attributes. You can give an ID to it. ID is equal to, date underscore one. Go to your CSS and give a beautiful color to this input tag. Who is stopping you? That is your honor. But then your minimum effort is required for this functionalities. Only the styling is required. But your functionality will work. What does a people, if it's a date of birth, if you're designing a registration page and where you have a date of birth, won't you like to have a calendar where people can go and select their dates? This will work for them, right? See? Now the same URL, if I see, as I told, it's an API programming language, which means the date API is provided by Google Chrome. Now the same date API is also provided by IE also, but in IE the date will look different because it's a API programming language. See how the date is coming. See, the interface is different, right? But the functionality remains the same.
So we can't necessarily change the API.
You can definitely go ahead and change the API, but again it requires a lot of JavaScript. That is always possible, but I'm telling bare minimum functionalities. If in a night, if you have designed a registration page with all these things, will you not use this language? Yes, definitely you will. Right? And it looks clean also. So let's see the other things. Date is there. Same way we have month. So same thing, you just go and month. Only you need to change the type. See this. Now only your month will come. See, only month is coming. Agreed? Date is not there. Month and year is there. Now we have weeks. If you use week, tell me, Sanjeev.
Sir, earlier in date of birth, you put that date.
Date.
Right? So it's only depends on type.
Yeah, it depends on type always. Yes, so definitely.
It does not depend on label.
Label is just for the information. Label is see whatever you can write anything. These are the labels. This is just to tell you that okay, what kind of value you want to put it here.
Then earlier it was coming different way in like exact date menu was coming. And earlier how was
see date. It depends on the input type, not on the label. Label you can write your name also. It's totally fine. Label is just to give the user what exactly this input type will hold. Got it? Month means month. Now we have week. See, I'm writing a label so that you can identify, right, which input type has what value. Week. Just try it out. See, this is 49. See, week 49 2016. Got it? How many weeks we have in 2016? We have total 52 weeks. Got it? Clear? I just go to leap year. I want to change the year, right? Not like this. See, August has not August, December. See, December 15 has only 53 weeks. Clear? Like that, you can go ahead with the weeks also. We have time also, same way. So there are a lot of input tags, guys. I'll just write it down all of them. I want you guys to write it down. PPTs guys, you will not be getting it. You will getting the recorded session. Okay? Then we have time guys. So in the time you see what we see in the time. See.
I have a question.
Tell me.
When you are passing this data which you entered from one form to another, data I understand it will pass the immediate line. But if I am not written the date thing and written just beat, will it pass the entire date thing?
No, if you no, then you have to bring JavaScript in between. How will your other form will identify what it is exactly? You have to bring it. You have to again calculate it like this week of this year. They have also we'll see the data object in JavaScript, which will take care of all these things.
So basically, if I put only week, only 49th week, only the 49th number will be passed.
See, it's something like no, it's something. This is what is this is user interface. So suppose somebody wants to just select the week. Suppose if they want to take a training program and it's a month of January and they want to select the week in which they want to start with, they just select the week. But the response what the ZenRays will receive is the exact date or the range of the date. That conversion will be taken care of by JavaScript. Got it? Rather than I giving you a chance, like I just show you on calendar, you get confused which date to start. Rather I say first, second, third, fourth. You say, chalo, I'll start with second week. Select second week, submit your form, submit your inquiry. It makes your job easy, right? So it's all about UI. HTML is all about UI. Same way you have color. This is wonderful. This is something different. You guys would really like it. Color. Color. Time is color. See. Oh, see this. You can change the color. Okay. Color changed. UI and all you can change it. That is what these guys do, right? HTML color code if you write. This is what HTML, this is what these guys do, right? They have not designed it, it's just HTML color attribute. All of these are JavaScript, agreed, all these things are like a little bit of CSS and all. But see, it looks very fancy, right? Same thing, you also do it.
We all JavaScript APIs.
These all things are JavaScript APIs. Then again we have numbers, we have range. How does this range works is, let's see guys. So we have range. See, you get this slider which you save in your online commerce site. You arrange your minimum and maximum price using this range only. You can set the minimum and maximum price of this range. We have an attribute called as maximum and minimum. Min is I have to start from 10. Max is should be 60. Let's take this out. Try it in IE. See the color change. So it depends. It's a browser API, guys. How the browser see here, it's purely visible 10 to 60. Got it? That's how you do, guys. So what are the things? Range is there, search is there. This is also important. You have to have a search bar in your page where people should search, and that should have the search functionality. Now again, if you think it involves JavaScript, but using HTML you can write the search functionalities properly. Let's see that. I wrote the page. See, if I write something, I get this crossbar. Got it? And again, I use little bit of JavaScript. I can search the complete application. This thing you learn in AngularJS also. See, got it? This tells a different thing, right? It's a search. I want to edit it. I just go and clean it and again type start searching it. Then the search is done. Then we have okay. This data list I'll explain you right now. Before that, I want you guys to write this thing.
Whatever HTML pages, my image is not getting displayed.
Because the path is wrong.
No, path is right.
my image. Wait. JPG, not J. Come on, J. Is it visible?
Yeah. Ready.
Form ID. Form ID there is no.
Yeah, actually another question.
No, there is something wrong.
You can give ID in the booklet. In form name. Name.
It is form ID. Yeah. We wanted to increase the font, I guess. Somebody increase the font, huh? Oh, you want guys to increase the font?
That's a,
Is this sufficient? Sufficient? Scroll down.
no, I mean this font size is sufficient.
Actually, I was imagine model.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing this? Give me. .gp.
Okay, yeah. Actually, correct. Extension, the extension already is not.
Data leak function is not working.
Let's see. Wait. Wait. Okay. We go. Do you have Chrome?
Okay, so what's it done?
It's already version. Upload updated. Let's check. It's 8 updated.
So when you're learning new language, your software should be updated. Done, Sanjeev? This thing is done? Completed? Perfect.
ID is required in input.
Right now ID is not required, guys. ID is not required, guys. Right now, okay? So, okay, you want to see the code? No, write it down. No hurry. So guys, my question is, in the registration form when you see password and confirm password, so where is this validation happens?
From the database. If the password is already been saved, the password is
No, in the registration page when you fill password and confirm password, and if they don't match, where is the validation happening?
uh, you can either do it to the backend or you can do it from the frontend.
How?
So in the backend we use the callback form attribute, the input attribute. For example, password, first attribute password is taken, then the second attribute C password is taken, and this please enter C,
No,
then
it never happens like that. See, whenever the validation has to happen, it has to happen in the front end. Then only at the end, the complete consolidated data gets into a JSON format and it's sent to the database or in the backend language. So the validation happens in the front end. We'll see that how to do that validation also. Password and confirm password validation happens in the front end itself, and which values goes to database is the password value, not the confirm password. Got it? In Google, if you see, if you go to the registration page in Gmail, and if your email ID is still existing, use the same email ID and tab out, then you see the validation happens. Now that validation is a front end or back end validation?
maybe frontend through JavaScript.
No, it's a backend, right? Because it has to send the response.
Yeah, response.
Because that is a registered email ID. How can it be in the front end?
So,
It cannot be.
so now what I will do is taking the password showing it to the database, then confirm.
No. At the end you send, see it's a registration page. Even if you have given the password, unless you do not click on the last, all the information goes at once. It doesn't go independently. ऐसा नहीं है कि first name पहले जाएगा, last name पहले जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं जाता, सब एक साथ जाते हैं. And जो validation होता है तो front end में पहले हो जाता है. Like see, if you see email first name is there, if everything is validated initially before it sent, before the sends to the database. So email is getting validated before only, then it is getting sent to the database.
So if we are validating the email by sending data once to the database, why can't we do the same for the password thing?
Okay. See, the problem is right now, see, most of the time what happens, like people in the hurry, they just type the password and they forget it. So what will happen again, if you try to log in, you click on the forget password link. So again, there's a lot of load which comes in the database. So what they do is, in like people generally, it's a habit of everyone that whenever you're creating any sign up, you type a password and you just forget it. So they make you type it once again just to ensure that you remember or not, or you're conscious enough to remember your password. Even though people forget it, but then they have a forget password option.
And for the forget password, nothing but
For the forget password, what happens is they give you a separate box where write password and forget password. When you click on this submit, then what happens? There is an update query which runs and it updates your password corresponding to your username. Because they cannot give you the password because it's the encrypted one.
yeah, MD5.
You know PHP, I guess. In PHP they use MD5. A lot of other encryption methods. So they encrypt the password and they give it to the end user. Done, Sanjeev? कहाँ तक लिखा आपने? हाँ, कॉपी पेस्ट करके just change the type, no?
कॉपी पेस्ट so long when I was doing this thing, I did I was doing this so many days. It is good enough.
Else if password is, oh, it's a backend code.
Yeah.
Why you are writing in the backend? You can do it in the front end using
I
JavaScript.
was never familiar with that. And then JavaScript.
Front end, you should always do it in the front end. It has never has to do in the, see, the more number of time you hit your servers, there's a load on the servers. It's a bad practice. So validation has to happen in the front end itself.
All the validation, just the image should happen in the back.
No, see, validation, see, when you talk about the validation, there are multiple. First validation is that field should be not blank. It should have some value. That is also happening in the front end. The second thing is pattern, like password. Just one capital letter, one small letter combination. That again is a pattern. It's a front end thing. It has to be valid in the front. Then only it has to go in the back end. If you bypass that validation, okay, by disabling a JavaScript, okay, if people write pure JavaScript and they do this pattern thing, you give regular expression and they validate. What if you disable your JavaScript in your browser, which means you bypass this validation? Got it? Now that time your server side validation will take care of it. So there are two kinds of validation what we do, client side and server side for everything.
For both, so both should be there.
Yes, both should be there. The reason because if one thing is bypassed, the wrong entry should not go and sit in the database. In the server also you will validate. In the PHP code again you will write something because this thing you cannot manipulate.
Yeah.
Front end you can manipulate using if you turn your JavaScript off and on. So computer JavaScript will not work on the
But both should be there, front end.
Every time. Client side and server side validation is always there. So this is an important technical question. The reason because if client side, if somebody disables JavaScript, the validation should happen at the server side and proper data should go.
And so even if we do it at the both front and back end, it will happen simultaneously, right?
No, first of all, front end will validate. If that clears, then again server side में फिर से validation होगा. If it's the same validation what you do, same code what you write in front end, same is on the server side also. But if it clears the front end, definitely it will clear the back end also. If it somehow if it doesn't validate the front end, then the validation has to happen on the server side. Okay, Sanjeev. Sanjeev. Problem. You see? हाँ correct है. इसी आपने कुछ कॉमा डाल दिया होगा बीच में दिए हुए. DB क्या यूज कर रहे हैं आप? Date. और कहाँ DB आपका? ये ना date. क्या है? यहाँ date कैसा लगेगा? आपको ब्राउज़र अपडेट कर लीजिए. अपडेट के ब्राउज़र कर लो. ठीक है? Now guys, having said that, now there are few more attributes guys. So here you saw the paste folder. Now required also you saw. Now there's something called autofocus. So how many this thing entries we have? We have multiple input tabs. If I want that the moment I load the page, the focus should be on month. How do I do it? I just go to this month, okay, and write auto focus on. See, month got auto focused. Got it? That is one thing. Yes. Now guys, if this is done, is it done for everyone? Now I give you an assignment guys. I'll write it down here only. Name should be there, email ID should be there, DOB should be there, phone number should be there, DOB should be there, address should be there. Okay? Okay, and I want Zender should be radio buttons, few of the things you need to study. Then checkbox, yes, definitely I want one checkbox. Gender is there. Then what else, preferences will be check box. This should be text area. I'll just show you guys this thing. I'll just mail you right now, okay? Don't worry. I'll just mail it right now.
References as in what reference?
I'll just tell you. What's the email ID, Sanjeev?
SK Sanjeev.
SK?
Sanjeev 63 at the rate.
I'll just tell you, okay, what does it mean? Preferences means you are a veg or non-veg. Will you guys remember or I should mail you?
Just keep it.
Mail it.
No.
Okay, perfect. So guys, I'll tell you how do you create a text area. So again in the form, I have a label called as address. That address will have an input tag called as text area. Let's see the difference. So there is no limitation, I can keep on writing. Can you saw that?
Yeah.
If I keep text, there is a limitation on the number of characters. Got it? So this is text area. How do you create a drop down, guys? I'll show you. So we have a tag called as data list. Now this data list will have a tag called as input type. Type should be list, okay? And no, this input type should be on the top list, and its ID, it has to have one ID which is a data list underscore color. In the data list you have to have an ID called as color. Got it? And here you write the options. So this is how you create a drop down, guys. Options is like red, then create close the options. I just copy this. Red, black, blue, green. Let's reload the page and see. Is it right? Oh, sorry. This is not matching. See, I'm linking it with the data list. Data list, input type list. Data list, is it right? Wait. Just check the syntax. Okay, so input type, there should not be type guys, it should be list. This list should have this value. Now it will come. I'll tell you the advantage of using this. See, now can you see this? Now similarly like this, if I have multiple data list, this is for color. Now I want it for color is there, fruits. Got it? Orange. Then apple, grapes, guava. And now I reload the page, still I see this. If I want to change it, what will I do is, I'll just simply go change this ID and make it this list. Change the list of this input tag, and this guy will now point to, see earlier what was happening is, now this guy will point to this list. Clear? I'll just save it and I'll try to reload. Now see. So what I can do is, I can again have another input type. Again I can store this guys. Got it? Multiple input type, multiple drop down. So the same way, see, this will have color, this will have fruits. Same way in your assignment guys, I want you to have title as a drop down. The title will have what value? Mr., Miss and Mrs. Clear? You can do it like this. Try it out guys.